Astrology. In astrology, the ascendant, so this is the sign that was rising on the eastern horizon the moment you were born. So this has captured the energy of you. So that moment, whatever planets were up there, wherever position they were, this becomes your cosmic DNA. And as such, because every second time is so crucial. So even like if you have twins and they're born within 2 or 10 minutes of each other, they can have a very parallel life up to a certain point, and then their life starts going completely different because their karmas will be different. So this is how important it is. So this is why I never knew my time of birth. So I always used to ask my mum, and she would be very like, oh yeah, 8 o'clock, yeah. Oh yeah, 12 o'clock. And you just think, well, is it 8 o'clock or is it 12 o'clock? Because there's a big difference there, mum. Yeah, I think you were born that day, You were a New Year baby. What does that mean? Was I born on New Year's Day, or was I, So she really didn't know. And so in the end, after years of having wrong readings, I had my, once I've actually found out about my Vedic astrology, I had it more precisely changed. So now I know my birth time. I know that all my charts are perfectly aligned. So this is for people who think it's expensive to have your birth time rectified. Believe me, it takes a lot of hours for your astrologers to work that through, because they have to go back on transits and see how, like for example, they will ask you, I normally ask people if they could give me dates of very important things that have happened in their life, i.e. if when they moved, emigrated, had a child, got their university degree, first job, first love, marriage, all of those. And I need to know like times, when the father passed away, when the mother sort of was poorly. All of these help. The more dates you can provide for your astrologer, the more accurate your birth time will be. Obviously, this means that the older you are, the more events you've had in your life, so that will really help. So ascendant is very important, and there are 12 zodiac signs, and we all have them in our charts. So when people say, oh yeah, I'm sun Pisces, that is just one planet, one sign. We don't even know the degree. The degrees make such a difference. And so your ascendant degree is very important, because that will fall into a particular sign and a particular nakshatra and a particular pada of a section of a nakshatra. Nakshatras are fixed stars within the signs. Each sign of the zodiac could have 2 or 3 or 2.5 to 3 of these fixed stars. So, and each of their nakshatras, which they occupy something with around 13 degrees 20 minutes of a sign, that's how long they are. Each of those has got 4 padas, 4 sections. So again, which one of those did it fall into? And each degree is important, because obviously some degrees coincide or actually become conjunct with maybe a fixed star, a Yogatara, obviously. So we want to know, because that person could be a Yogatara which is really benefic, or could be a really malefic one as well. So we need to know these things. So there's a lot to do. Your time of birth is absolutely crucial. And obviously in also the time that you're born makes a difference to the dasha, or the planetary period as well. So that we can then calculate, when you can see the events of life, like marriage and all of that through those times. And then obviously in Vedic astrology we have harmonic or divisional charts called Vargas. And there are loads of them, and all of them are very, very time sensitive as well. And they will be a much more sort of specific of sign. So, for example, your D10 will be very much to do with your 10th house of career, but in comprehensive look at that sign. So all of these things are very important. And so Vedic astrology is so rich in content, but it can be quite confusing as well. So I remember one of my really, really good teachers saying to me, this is an ocean of information, but you have to be very discerning about what you learn, because you could spend a lot of time learning, but if you can't apply it, what is the point? And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you things that I found very useful to me, because what is the point of actually going through whole lessons if if you can't apply it and it doesn't give you any results? And so, yeah, so we're going to do, so I want you to know about the planets primarily, about the ascendants, about the houses, and those will be very much the foundations of what you learn. Because if you're born, like for example, a Leo ascendant, Leo will naturally have certain things which will work out easy for them and certain things that won't. That will go for all ascendants. Certain things will be easy, certain things will be difficult. So, but then the degree of difficulty or degree of enjoyment of these things very much depends on the degrees, the planets, the aspects, the conjunctions, the planetary periods, etc. So all of these things. So we will discuss all of them. So for me, I think it's very important to know about the ascendant, the signs, the houses. So we're going to start with those and get them really under our belt, and then keep moving forward slowly, slowly. Thank you.